Alright, so everything's put back together. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to start it now. It has not been started yet, so this could go either way. Like, my keys aren't even in the ignition, so that's how that went. Alright, I'm back. I have my keys, but you know what, in that time, I remembered something I wanted to do, and that was to disconnect the water pump for the supercharger, because I don't know how much coolant is in there, so I'd rather not have the pump powering on until it is full. And so I'm thinking I'm just going to drive it without water circulating through the supercharger. I put this barrel connector in line here. It looks like a tape around it. So this is powering the water pump on and off, and this makes it easier to bleed the system, so you can like repeatedly cycle the pump. All right, so now I can start it as soon as I find my keys. Battery's a little dead, but I think it'll go. All right, let's try this for a third time. My imagination, but I am not hearing the supercharger. But here's the boost gauge, and it is getting above 0, so it's got to be getting boost. Went all the way up to half a whatever those metric things are, so I think 0.7 is basically my peak, so I'm getting boost. So that's all I'm going to do until I get coolant in the supercharger again. So I went ahead and topped off with some Prestone Platinum Asian formula. It's red, so my other coolant is the Subaru blue stuff. So if that's leaking, it'll be blue. If the supercharger's leaking, it'll be red. It'll be different. So just a way of me being able to diagnose any problems sooner. So I filled it up already, started bleeding it, and it starts squirting out this thing that I made as kind of a vent to make sure it doesn't just build pressure or anything. So I guess I had it filled up too much to where it wasn't a vent anymore if it was full of liquid. So here I have, this is the power for the pump now. The car's on right now, just in the on position. So I'm just kind of trying to get the air bubbles out. It seems like for the most part it's fine. There might be a little bit more, but they'll bleed themselves while I drive. So I've got the big ones out already. But that's the basic idea, just kind of switch this on and off a few times before I leave it permanently connected. I'm pretty confident that it's good, and I'll just top it off as I need more, and I'm probably going to just put a plug in here and get rid of this vent thing after I feel like the level's fine. me apologize in advance here. I bought a couple of microphones to try and capture the engine sound. I put one microphone under the hood, one back by the exhaust pipe, and I was trying to capture the sounds better, but they obviously need some adjustment because the loud sounds, when I really go like full throttle, just it hits the limits of the microphone. Because I feel like the way the boost is climbing is not how it used to be. It's kind of like jumping. Maybe the belt's slipping or something like that. Here we go. So it didn't just like go up in a linear way. It was kind of like jumping up and down on the gauge. So I don't know if the belt is slipping or what the problem is. Alright, so I just got back home from that drive and was going to change my spring on the blow-off valve, and when I took everything off I noticed this big split in the hose. So that's obviously going to affect the way the blow-off valve works, and so I guess I have to just trim the hose and put it back on and start my test all over again. So just looking at this, I think that split in the vacuum hose is rather recent, because I rotated the blow-off valve to change the orientation of the vacuum port, but it's kind of pushing it right toward that metal bracket down there, and I think that just cut into the hose. So you see, after I push this down into place, it's going to lower that down right into the metal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clock that a little bit back toward the water reservoir where there's kind of some empty space, so that'll be a lot safer for the long run. There it is. I think it's right back to where I had it originally, like a few weeks ago. So I can see why I wanted to move it, but it's fine. I just kind of routed the hose around the other hose, and I think I was trying to go for a cleaner look and have less visible hoses, but that's the safest place for it, so I'm going to leave it there. Alright, so everything's been put back together for about 2 months now, and looks like I got a peak of that much boost. It converts to about 8.25 psi, and I'm about to take it for a drive now. Alright, so turn off the peak. It's back to normal.
the supercharger is successfully repaired. It wasn't that hard of a job after all, and I think I'm only getting about 8 and some change PSI, but a little bit of adjustment to the blow-off valve should fix that, but I consider this fixed. Stay tuned for some more driving videos.